guys, it's me, Erangel, joined by Erangel, your commentating team here. Thank you guys on the desk. No, I don't know what to expect from this one coming forward. Do you know what? I almost want to see Liquid win again. Like, is it just me who kind of wants to see it?
Go for the hat trick.
It'd be kind of cool.
I think it would. I mean, it made them almost unstoppable. I mean, they're already 25 points ahead of anybody else.
Yeah, it's a little bit wild, isn't it, really?
It's scary. Like, 30 kills as well. When you put that into perspective, that's obviously 1 point each, 30 points alone. Picking up 25 just for placement is pure and utter insanity. A first, a third, and a first with, God, 12, 4, and 14 kills. 24-point game, good lord.
I kind of want FaZe to win one as well, though.
Where are they sitting currently? They are... I've lost my scores. There we go. 5th.
It'd be nice to see them jump up a bit, because they had such a rough group stage. It'd be nice to see them maybe have a little bit of a shot in this one, but...
I mean, they're looking better than what they have done earlier stages. We've seen them like quite a few 16th.
Why are Avangar so close by to FaZe here? Things that make you go,
I mean...
So we have Unity down there, we have Avangar very close by.
You could have...
Besiktas to the north.
You could. It would have been a hell of a long drop to try and go.
No.
Ooh. Smiles in Sosnovka. NLT have read it. They've said, okay, well, we'll turn face and happily hit the beaches. You might be able to get a player or two just inside the yellows on the beachhead there for them. Just offside of the bridge, you also get a couple of easy access to vehicles. That's the best point of where they're going to drop now. They can just blaze it on across. You'd have to say this has to be a military island circle as well, for the simple fact that it's weighted so heavily in the south. Avangar have got a little bit lucky. They've been gifted by that drop. Unity are there as well in Prim. It would have taken a long shot to get to where they were. I understand Avangar's kind of thought process. I would have thought they would have a better backup drop than this, because it's just a bit all over the shop. You've got to share it with 2 other teams.
Do want to say it's still a good chance it could go north. This circle, potentially.
There is a chance.
You're
right. I mean, at this stage in the game, hard shifts are still a real possibility, and with the next one, it will. Saying that, you know what the worst case scenario is when you get those circles where it'll center up now, and you've literally just got the river in the middle, and you're like, well, I don't know what's happening anymore.
Sit on the bridge.
Pray inside a boat.
Have we ever seen a bridge ending in professional play?
No, I don't think you will, because of the water beneath it.
Oh, yeah.
It pulls away, doesn't it? So you'll never tend to see it, because it goes what's underneath there, I believe.
We have seen island endings, though. But I don't know how much it counts for being land.
It comes down to the first circle, though. If it's all the way over there, then it'll start.
I really want to see a bridge one.
Honestly, I just think with the water, you won't ever get it. I mean, you might get the odd, and it would be very odd, and it'd be very occasional, maybe. No, you just won't get it, because it's swinging away. You'd have to have it. It'd have to swing perfectly to the bridge, and then hard shift every single time towards it.
Yeah, very unlikely. It would just bring me joy. Right? I want happiness, Richard.
Someone sitting in a boat below it and players just on top of it.
I'm trying to nade them really awkwardly. It never quite works.
I still think I'm sure it was 4 AM. Oh dear, Liquid. They have absolutely. We need to actually.
Are they going across the bridge right now, or are they pulling up on it? No, they're pulling up. They're not going. They stopped. What is this? I guess Liquid, as you said, they don't have anything to lose, so why not just be those guys? They've pulled up real quick, and Jokers are here, who are also one of the teams that just went for frags a lot. Ibby's been tagged on the way. Jeems is here. Nades and smokes are being put down. Moon going to try and find a way out from this one tree that they have. Samty's found Moon. Ibby is here. This is highly aggressive from Team Liquid. And it's working.
And the problem is, you poke the bear and you get the claws. They didn't let them go across. They decided to shoot them in the back. Unfortunately, Liquid decided to pull up and turn and face, which has now cost the Jokers a player. They can't do anything else because of how split they are. You've got D's all the way up just above the yellows. Come further down to the cliff face. Yamos will be kicking it, and then down on Ferry Pier, waiting with open arms for potentially Unity to make their landfall. In the Ferry Pier will be the tab. I'd be surprised if Unity actually... Oh my God.
That was so well controlled from Azrin. Really nicely done. Moxie's got moves when he's knocked, but it will go his way nonetheless. That's going to be points in the pocket. And FaZe losing out on their scout.
And what did we say about FaZe? it's unfortunate that we always seem to see them losing one early, and this is just because of how scrappy Avangar have made it by dropping there. It just makes everything a little bit uncontrollable. That's a beautiful looking crate. Have an adrenaline syringe just for the fun of it as well. Oh, this is awkward. This is weird and wonderful in the best ways. Okay, NLT, they're already on Sosnovka. Let's talk about all these approaches now and who's going to get there and who's going to go where.
Liquid have already crossed too.
Liquid have already crossed. Unity, that for me, where they're going to be pulling up, and you'll see it when we go back to the top-down map view. I think it's a poor choice. They've got all the time in the world, and they're the furthest to field. And the fact that they started in Prim, they have the boats. They could have gone all the way around and wrapped from the back of Sosnovka. Instead, they decided to make landfall here, which is dangerous because there's already teams over there. Tornado Energy, they might go for a bridge camp. Navi will go all the way on the opposite end of the map. They'll take the boats and they will skim all the way down from the eastern embankment. Maybe they go into Novo. Maybe they do what I suggested Unity could have done and basically just hit down on the southern beaches.
They've moved into this compound. Now we have Enemy Lord Bro here, and we have one of the other players from Northern Lights. I'm wondering where the rest are. They split 1-1. They are. They're kind of farther back, so these two are quite isolated. A little tricky to dig them out of this spot, but it's Liquid, and they are sweeping. Se7en and Ibi have been unleashed. Just gonna go running for it now on the other side. We're gonna wait for Enemy Lord Pro. He strikes so well. Se7en and Ibi just got melted by someone called Anime Lord Bro. That's a screenshot I'll always want to keep in mind. Jeems and Se7en still stand. Se7en is on medic duty. The backup is arriving. This is a problem. He's gonna be moving up. He's got a nade. Can he bounce it through that window? If he could. No, he can't. Goes a little deep towards Jeems, but he's going to have to back off this one because the support's here, Rich.
All three players have got one will stand tough, but the back two will hit inside the compound, so let's give them a defensive stance. Knocking at the door still, Anime Lord, but he needs to reload really quickly. Jeems found Maicho. That'll be just in the distance. Ibby's still walking wounded, hitting from a different angle, though. Jeems finds them. This is dirty. I don't know what's better, his angle, or what's worse, the fact that they left it completely unchecked. Like they should have been watching for it.
Absolutely. I think they got tunnel vision. They got so hyped up on the fact that they had these kills building for themselves. Nate goes over. That's going to be a confirmed one. And that could have potentially caught the other player. But Quiz is still alive. And Quiz has actually been pretty on point with those sprays and that aim. But Enemy Lord Bro is down and out. No chance for a reload because Jeems and Se7en want to get into the action. And they've spotted out a new team. It looks like Liquid have taken out the Northern Lights. They have to be careful, though. Another team is rocked up on the hill beside them. That's Unity.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what we would like to call a team that absolutely has no fear and nothing to lose right now. We saw this happen towards Ence in the latter stages of the PEL phase number 1, where they'd simply just been on fire. Their confidence was so on point. They could take these fights. They could make these pushes. This is the best Liquid we could possibly ask for. There will be another task in front of them in the form of Unity. They're just lingering on the outskirts on the top of the hill. Don't get me wrong. Liquid will be damaged. They're down, but certainly not out. The knocks are going to play a bit of a dividend in the long game when you will bleed out faster. But essentially by now removing that one team from there, you've got all the body boxes. You've upgraded your snipers, your scopes, whatever else you're needing. And they're ready to take on Unity. Unity are ready to go as well, actually. We've got a K9 in the form of Recrent Silencer and 4 times. Should have made that can count. Went too far.
I do worry about the gear, though, for Liquid. Again, I love aggression. I will never be upset by seeing aggression. The issue becomes, in my head, that you're going to work down all that utility. We do see the first shift coming in from the circle. Let's see where it goes. Bum, ba, da, bum. Millie base.
Done.
It's a GG. And look who's central.
What's the old meme? Paid by Steve? Well, the more interesting factor of this is the fact that, well, to be fair, he actually did tweet out that we'd won 3 games, so maybe he's getting a bit preemptive. I just can read the future. We shall see. Jeems down the barrel. That's a Scar and a red dot with a beautiful little flash hider on the end. We'll put some warning shots down. And Peacock's teams away that want to encroach on Liquid's position. They've still got Unity on the back line, so they need to be careful that they don't pick too many fights. And this is why it's good to try and take shots like that just to ward people off. I'm okay with it. You're never good, unless you get the absolute god shot from nowhere, you're never going to pick up any points, but it does the task by extending the breathing room they need. Oh, be careful of that boat just leaning on the side. 7, they also hit the beachhead. They need to be aware across, and it wouldn't surprise me if they turned around the SLR, if they got an SKS among them and a scope, and just checked out therapy behind them, because there is another team that still needs to show their hand, which is Besiktas. Avangar, a weird and wonderful draw.
Oh, nice work from Samsa. Yep, really well played. Zoekt Een Naam, as soon as they straightened that boat up trying to dodge the bullets, it just went right into the perfect angle for them. FaZe yet to cross completely. This is a bit of an issue. Oh, what a shot from Vard. Goodbye, Fuzzface. This gets pushed to the dirt as FaZe Clan struggling. Oh, Lord, what is going on?
From bad to worst. FaZe do lose 2, and it could be 3. Right, he doesn't stick his head in. This is NIP. Remember the near gods themselves, and Miracuous find Uber. Oh no, everything is just going so bad. It was a weird times. Avangar just went for the. It's a backup drop. You can't necessarily get to where they were going to want to go off the plane path, but it's just caused FaZe so many problems because you throwing 2 teams on the West Coast. Yeah. It's never going to work. You are so split. Everything, utility, gear, guns, no matter what you want, meds. FaZe are down to 1. Ence staring down all 4 members of NIP. Speaking of problems, Hidrick, he's dead. 3D Max again, more problems ahead.
It does look like there could be problems indeed brewing from the eastern side. Is going to about to kick off too. 80 trying to make a stand, but he's only got 25 bullets as well. Like, it's like how much can go badly for this team. He might catch Miracle here. 13, count them down. 10, 9, 6. Good counting, English schooling. 2, and that's all he's got. 80 peeling off from that one. This is really, really rough. Outside of that, though, we do see Desperados and Zoekt Een Naam finding each other here. The eastern side, where NIP have just pulled up to, does have Digital Athletics. They're down the other end of this bridge. Tornado Energy are not getting involved in this fight just yet. It's this one. Mert's already been humbled, had to hit the deck here and wait for support coming in. Teammates now arriving. Bambaki is there. Sixmo comes over. And a beautiful death, trying to keep Overwatch with that Car 98.
Zero does go down, and Fake just behind him. They tried to go for the bridge, but unfortunately DA just lingering here and waiting at the distance. Gax is already tanked up. This allows the rest of NIP to stay alive. This is awful. I'm not entirely sure. Ence have yet to make a play. Yeah, they're still out in the blue. They need to have every single med that they can humanly get their hands on.
This is awkward for all the teams in the East. I don't like this play. They know there's not going to be any boats by now. They're going to be gone. They're going to be picked up a long time ago. NIP trying to kind of pull themselves back together. 80 is there with probably about 3 bullets. But, you know, he's going to give it a danga go. He's probably going to pick some up. I'm just being dramatic. 80, can you ruin him? Miracle's standing still. Does he know? 80? Uh-oh. All right. Well, 80's going to take a nap, and so will Digital Athletics. Tornado Energy have been sat here patiently, and here comes some more. 80 strikes. He's picked up ammo. He's picking up kills. And NIP, oh no, how badly can that go wrong for you? As Mert, a beautiful death, will be waiting on the other side of the turned over bus.
He picks up a point, and that's absolutely fine, but I'd expect him and maybe the rest of NIP to give it up to the blue soon. They need to make sure they've got all the meds in the world. They had a long rotation all the way down from the north. Same happens for Ence. They're the next ones that have to go forward. Remember, Gaxi is at that petrol station. Should just be aware. Oh, are DA actually setting up a bridge? They are. They're actually waiting in the blue in a bridge camp, and many players will be damaged. You can see there goes one Rustamar off the back. Does manage to get up somehow. Keeps the bike alive, but he now needs to med. They are playing out in the blue. You do have to remember this.
Oh, here comes DA.
Yeah, DA literally just sat on the end of the bridge. This is camping people in blue is very questionable at the best of times.
Yeah, this.
This is messy.
Oh, this is absolutely shambolic. What is this Eastern Bridge?
Really, really messy. I don't know how we kind of break this down. It's just a bit of a cluster.
Oh, here we go. Time to feed, boys. Digital Athletics did make it this far because Tornado Energy backed away. They've taken up their post. Philip. Gonna go for the heal, but this is just rough as anything. Mikas is further out. MBS is still out there in the blue. Gonna go all the way around. And 80 somehow is the one who's probably come out best from this.
He's alive. It's better than what some of the other players are. Zoekt Een Naam, they're just coming outside of the blue. We will go on to their POV. Neki finds Called a mentor. Down he goes. 1 point. Easy peasy. Thank you very much. Catches him now in the distance on his own, actually. It's a surprising place to be. I'm guessing the rest of his team front and center inside the circle. Orange Snow finally finding Se7en now. We said earlier on that was the fight we need to keep an eye on. Those teams have been there for a while.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure how many knocks that is to the form of Se7en, but this is where things really get difficult
no one's
for
near
Liquid.
Se7en. They have to cross the road to get him back, or Ibi has to run over, and everyone can see the angles. He might be dead.
If he's been knocked as well, he'll be bleeding out fast. Oh, no, they actually do. He was just tucked away. So there is one player.
Yeah, but they have to come across. That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
okay.
James has come over with the car, readjust it. I mean, they used their cars for it. It's fine. It's just a risk to do that. If someone else was watching potentially a hill, you could lose your vehicle. You could potentially lose 2 players. But it is worth getting your player back up, and the shrink comes in, and it goes perfectly towards Unity, to Na'Vi, to Liquid, 3D Max, Jokers. They're all happy. And there goes MBS. I'm pretty sure he just died out in the blue. Oh, Mikas has gone down as well. This is, this has been a bit of a shambles out here.
Se7en yet to make it inside the circle. It's so hard to cast just because of how messy it's been so far, but we'll do his best. Central of the circle now, we have Unity. Just down from them in the south, you will see finally. Ence is gone. No points will be given to anybody from their bodies. I'll give it up to the blue. Regardless of that, DA somehow made it in. It's good play from them. They picked up some points. They caused problems over on the... I suppose with 2 players, limited capacity, not much they could do, so they picked up as many points as they possibly could. 3D Max, they got 3 alive. They're up on the hill just below the name Sosnovka. There is 2 of the teams. Zen still yet to make a play in here that have been gate kept by Liquid. Ibi does retreat back and regroups with the rest of Liquid. That's fine. They'll play the crossroads with the 2-2 split. I'm okay with that. Besiktas all the way on the west. No one's going to get near them because of the open embankment. Noki has somehow managed to find an AWM. See if he can do any damage with this. Zen have to make a push. They pull up at the tree. Crash the car and give yourself some kind of a building block to play off of this. But remember, with that distance, Liquid will 110% have heard this. They have the houses for a tiny bit of elevation on the lines of sight. Are they going to commit to this? I'm looking at the map. No, they'll still stick in a 2-2, so they won't commit to that fight. Itzy's crawling all the way up in the north. There might be a dagger in the back when we speak about Se7en. Oh, big nades are coming across, though. Uh-oh, Tornado Energy feeling the full force of Na'Vi, the opposing side of the road. They are flooding through the middle, though. Rather unfortunate for them. They do pick up one Kamka. He goes down.
Oh,
Bestelocks actually didn't realize this. He's in the middle there, just thinking with all the yellow. So he's on the opposing side of this. He could essentially just finish them off and completely ruin everything.
That's third-party pressure. That's from Avangar.
He's there.
The nade's going to be doing work towards X Team. That's confirmed. We'll wait and see what happens with Melman. Oh, he can't get away from it. But look at who's turned up. Someone just flew in. That's Compot coming over to try and save the day, but a little too late potentially. He might have just fed Na'Vi some more kills.
Compot holding on for dear life, but that'll be a low ball going to happen. Out we go around the front.
Got to go somewhere.
Can he do much else? Probably not. There's so many grenades in Avangar. This is brutal. The CIS Triway right now. Smokes. There's nothing he can do. I'd be very surprised if he even managed to take down one in Navi. I mean, good for him if he does. He's got a grenade, so he might be able to do some damage to best. Nope. Pokemon Molodoi holds the angle, and he is dead. By the way, Itzy's alive. How? I don't know. And he's in the circle.
Go Itzy.
Good lad. Fair
He's
play.
next to Se7en, though. Se7en have 2 players really close by, and one of them is Edelweiss, who has been your, like, danger man. So I would be careful if you're 80. 80 has no idea. 80 is just happy to be here, all right? At this point, 80 is just having a great time. Okay, don't worry about 80. 80 will just do what he wants. He'll just prone down there and wait for a long time. 3D Max, Zoekt Een Naam, Team Liquid close enough, but split by hillsides. And everyone's kind of found their spot here at this point. We're going to wait and see if that Zoekt Een Naam 3D Max fight potentially bubbles over. So it looks like 3D Max might be looking their way, and Zoekt Een Naam are moving up towards their position. New circle about to hit.
Bumph, Unity, front and center. James has been rather overzealous. It's a big boy player to make a move to the garage compound where he is, but he keeps him alive inside the circle. All the rest of Team Liquid allowed to push up to him and keep an open ground. Digital Athletics somehow managed to make it all the way through. And just outside of Unity, 3D Max, though, they're going to have a fight of their life on their hands. Rather sharpish if Zen decides to come down from the hill. Device knows one player's here, though.
Leave HC alone. He's just exploring.
He's done so well.
Don't hurt him.
I did mention this fight just a second ago. They won't realize this player is rocking an AWM. Well, might get some sort of information if they see the level 3 gear in abundance, but actually, the next fight we have to be aware of is this western side.
Prayers for 8C as he does go down.
F.
Let us all take a moment and please put F in chat for our sweet summer child 8C. Buster's going to find that. Seven now have an open path to a degree. The problem is that the line that is being held is the Jokers, that Besiktas, the Team Liquid are all there, and their entrance is going to be tricky. Deez is quite close, actually, to Besiktas here, and there we go. Going to find the Jokers. That's Lux, actually. But Deez is just waiting. If anyone comes over, that's where the problems kind of begin. Zoekt Een Naam do need to get past Team Liquid somehow, some way, and Seven can see some of that. And James has got himself an MK14. That's a little bit spicy as we see the battle of Calvin Klein working his way forward as best he can. But Team Liquid racking up the bodies. James and Ibby getting some points.
Zengo down, job done. Not much they could do off the back of that one. They were just playing for time. Desperados, another desperate measure here. They have to work Calvin Klein, the last man standing, outside of the garages. Jokers, they're very wary. Besiktas are here for the simple fact they can't. It did come the way of Tab. He's dead and down. Desperados, they're eliminated. But the fight will continue. Deez goes down. Yamosh as well. That's from a third party of Seven, who are slowly working their way in. Gone. Thank you very much for playing. The Jokers, they're out, split between two different rosters. Samty's getting a bit overzealous, just to make you all aware in the back lines. He's pushed out into the open.
It's Samty, why not? He can do it. They're, I guess, what you'd like to call safe so far. They can do this game how they want. I mean, he's got Ibby and Gemty doing the same thing. They're sweeping this side. Maybe they feel they don't want someone in their back, so they're being proactive about it. And I like that. This is a team now looking further ahead. This is something brand new. Seven is in trouble because of this. Buster's under fire. Edelweiss is under fire. This is all going to start really coming together as the circle goes towards the north. Again, it'll be Unity and Liquid coming out the victors of the circle position, and Gemty finding Buster is big. Edelweiss is there, but only for so long. Someone stop Liquid, please.
Oh, they could single-handedly confirm themselves a money position in the top 8 simply off the back of today if they keep playing like this. You said you wanted the hat-trick, Lauren. Honestly, you might get it. 3D Max have actually made it into the opposing side of Unity. It will be dangerous to get inside those windows. I think they're barred up, if I'm not mistaken. The only entry point will be from the south. Now, time to make a run. They get off the back of the bikes, but they're met with a blunt out of an AKM. There is a bullet that does come through. He's on the opposing angle, so he's hitting through the window. That's a cracking shot. Good Lord.
Very nice from Bestlove. This has proved a problem now for Digital Aesthetics. Athletics, not aesthetics. Close enough. Point is, that's a bit of an issue. Now they've lost out for that. Mert's still alive, but on his own. I don't know if Na'Vi just said, all right, you two, just get on in there. Do your best. We have had the answer back, though. We know that Unity have line of sight on all of this. They're pretty much the ones sitting very comfortably. 3D Max have taken over the compound towards the east, which is really good for them. Avangar, rough territory to be coming in on. You have a bit of a hillside, but not much else. And Sadovnik's going to remind them of that. Snoopy goes out at this point, bleeding very, very swiftly. Innocutive, not much further away from death either. At the meantime, the death squad of Liquid is turning up. There's another victim. Simsy's gone down. Liquid, you're safe, you're fine, you don't need to kill everyone, stop it.
I mean, it's not as if they've just been upgraded with a care package either. I'm seeing a Mark 14 on one of the players there, which means they've been gifted level 3 gear to Wago. Now, this is interesting. This is a pick towards Liquid's biggest problem. The threat of Unity has always been real. They were lingering on the edge, so Liquid had a read, but they are more central than what Liquid is in this circle. A pick like that's huge because that single player is alone in a different compound. Unity would have to commit to go and pick him up. Excuse me, I'm mistaken. They did send one around the back, so they've got him back on his feet, but he will be damaged now. That removes the scalp. Meanwhile, Besiktas, they have to deal with Team Liquid. They are feeling it right now, and they are on fire, and the bullets and the bodies just keep on flying.
This is unbelievable to watch. Ultra suffers. We do see that Avangar being held back right now by Unity. They are winning out on their fights, but with Team Liquid winning this battle, and once Tomo goes down, which feels like it's inevitable, because look at Liquid hunting him. They are hunting across this map looking for this player. I have not seen aggression like this in this level of game before. And we will be seeing Tommel trying to make a stand, trying to stay alive, giving everything he can for this, because Liquid are almost disrespecting him. He wants to do something, and they go down. That was helped out by Avangar. That's a point picked up and a placement for them, keep in mind. Now, let's keep this one on the ball. We still have 4 teams standing and 15 players. That means there's some big numbers left alive. 3D Max have Orms out. They have Car98. They have Vargo still alive in the southeast. Unity have big numbers alive as well. 4 players stand. And I'm just looking at this one. Avangar, same position. Liquid, 4 alive. This is a big ending, Rich.
It's hard not to talk about Liquid, but what they're doing right now is absolutely clinical. They are destroying players. They've been able to get their gear back. The knocks, because there's so much room to breathe now, they can put the smokes down, get the players back on the feet, and keep 4 alive. They have a huge amount of playing room at the moment in the north to the northwest. But now we have 1 player knocking on the door. 3D Max, as you say, 3 alive. They can just hunker down and play for time, but not much more. Once they come out of that compound, it's an open road, nowhere to go but forward, and basically just a field day for Liquid if they do survive. They're actually sending vehicles. This is a ballsy play. Where are they going?
I don't know, but we're going to find out. So far, they're going to the grave. Sam-T is there. Can he get the point? So, yes, he can. And in the meantime, we are seeing 3D Max try and make it in towards Unity, but Unity are holding the line, and here comes Avangar. They're starting to get into the fight, and then they land.
Those nades.
That's big. Sadovnik goes down. Where are the remaining players here? Ibby lays down fire towards
reposition.
more. These guys are still looking for more work to be done. Orange Snow holds the top floor, but that's all he has right now.
So they basically can just let everybody kick the living hell out of one another and then joining on a third party. They keep doing it time and time again. Ibby's taken the off angle. He's got support behind him from the side of Gemty. Okay, a few warning shots come their way.
Finally.
They basically just own this entire side of the map. I'm getting flashbacks to PGI 2018 when we just saw OMG constantly going off, destroying every single player in their path. This is amazing work from Liquid.
This genuinely, if you guys watch PUBG day in, day out, if you love the professional leagues and these players, you watch their streams, this could be the start of their dynasty. This is something you don't see in many games. As a team being this aggressive and this good, they already have 2 wins today. If this is a third in this style, this is a dynasty in the beginning and they get the circle. This is everything you'd want if you were a fan of competitive games. And now let's see how this closes out. Still 4 teams stand. Still 4 of them are here.
Phantom needs to make a final move, and it will be his final stand. As soon as he comes out of there, he's dead to right. Sam-T should shut that down instantly. Ibby is also aiming that way, and so is Jeems. 3 players banking on the door. As soon as he goes out, he's going to be completely immortalized into the floor. Now, the next fight that will have to happen, Batulin has pushed back. Oh, and just while all this is going on, why not Gemty? Just get involved from the hillside. You've got a long-range weapon, you've got scopes. Crack on, have some fun. At the moment, they are just a cat playing with a mouse. Liquid have dominated the map. They have pushed up. Everyone needs to move to them. The more important factor and the biggest factor in all of this, Lauren, is the fact that their position, it's center of the map, but everything's open. All these teams, once they're done fighting one another, they have to walk towards Liquid, and they have 4 players alive. This is insanity. This could be the biggest amount of kills we've seen from a team.
Sam-T's just gone down. Maybe there's angles on them yet. We need to not write other teams off just yet, because there's a lot of players standing for Avangar, but they are in a battle with each other. They're going to lose out. They're going to blunt the swords they hold beside them, but there goes Unity. We're down to 2 now. Let's see what's left, and I know that if we know what Liquid have been like so far, they're going to move up already. Gemty is on the move in the south. Jeems to the east. They are moving up. They are cornering Avangar in. Avangar, though, animals with the backs to the blue, backed up in a corner, can sometimes be the most deadly kind. This is a replay on what went down with Unity, but we need to keep tabs on the action right here, Rich.
They managed to pick Ono back up, so at least it takes them back to 75% when we talk about bodies in the playing field. But how much damage has been done to them? Their gear should be bent and broken. Jeems' push is actually ridiculous. It's so hyper-aggressive to put a vehicle here, grenades in hand. Needs to be careful that he doesn't get initially picked, though. Maxi is a phenomenal sniper. That's the problem. He will take a face should you give him a chance. So they need to be careful. It's already happened once. But as you said, they are just so boxed in. The blue will do the job now and force them into this engagement.
They're going. Gemty is watching this one. Ibby is there. It's Jeems to keep all of the attention. Avangar in trouble, and no one is surprised. Ibby rains down the fire from above. An Octative is tagged, and it's all going wrong for Avangar. But I have never seen a team look as good as Liquid do right about now. Incredible play from them, and this could genuinely be the start of